Alright guys, coming at you again. Been doing a lot of research and didn't want to give you guys any stories without getting as much information as I could. Sorry it took so long, but as I just said, I just wanted to give you all the intel I could find on each topic. I know I'm still not covering everything in each topic, but I'm going to do the best I can. Hopefully at least the points I make will make you go look at it yourself to see that I'm not just crazy. Okay? We're going to start with this ICE agent that shot himself in New York. Walked out, I think it was a pier in New York City, and pulled out his service pistol and shot himself in the head. He wrote a really lengthy suicide note. And that's the part you need to be worried about. Okay? And you also need to be worried about why the mainstream media didn't really cover this. You're about to know why. Okay? In his letter, he stated that his basic day-to-day duties were supposed to be deporting and imprisoning illegals. Okay, that's not bad. That's actually a job. Okay, that is actually a job. His suicide note went into the government takeover. Okay. This gets really scary. Alright, he said one of the things that they're doing is they're setting up for the enslavement of mankind and detention. And they're talking about enslaving and detaining American citizens. All of them. For a long time, every time you went to target practice, they had them shooting silhouettes of unarmed men, women, and children. Unarmed men, women, and children. He was told he had to do it so he could get used to it. Think about that, okay? These FEMA camps that are popping up is where they're going to detain everybody. I'll get into that when I get into Rex 84. Okay? But these FEMA camps, he goes into stating that they have Nazi-sized in style gas chambers. Okay? Not only are they going to detain us, but they're going to gas us. It's all part of the bigger agenda. Okay? He talks about the upcoming economic collapse. Alright? He talks about how they're going to assassinate veterans. Okay? You gotta stop whoever is going to stand up against you. They're going to assassinate veterans and true patriots. Liberty lovers. We've already been deemed terrorists because we like freedom. Alright? They're setting it up now. As you can tell, they're like when I get into Rex 84, you're going to see that they have over 600 of these camps. Over 600. And they're still building more. He goes into saying that they downsized the military intentionally. Think about that. They're downsizing the military intentionally. Okay? He goes into saying that the military sent overseas, they're going to send more overseas so they can't help. Well, the military's already talking about sending troops to Syria and things like that. Send them over there, they can't be here to fight back. Because there are a lot of good patriots in the military. Okay? You guys got to look at these things. He even talks about how they have pastors and reverends and other people in seats of so-called power to push for cooperation with the establishment. They're going to go after anybody who does not comply with the establishment. Okay? Think about this. This is all for continuity of government. That's it. That's all it is. Okay? Those are the key points I took out of his letter. Okay, now we're going to flip the script. We're going to go to Rex 84. Now the scary part is Rex 84 was actually designed for African Americans and blacks. Okay. Originally they started building these camps to imprison 21 million blacks. That was the initial purpose. Okay. Now it's being turned into homegrown terrorists, i.e. Christians, pro-lifers, veterans, liberty lovers. We're all terrorists now. Okay? They're making these camps for the upcoming martial law. We have over 600 of these. The biggest one is in Alaska. It can hold over 2 million people. On average, it can hold about 20,000, 30,000. Okay? They're all connected by railways. They all have these large bays where they can push the railway cars right inside them. Okay? People have already spotted these railway containers sitting outside. Look, just like the ones that came out of Oregon with shackles to hold humans in them. It's some pretty scary shit. And this is all for the continuity of government. Okay, Rex 84 is going to suspend the Constitution. Think about that. It goes all our rights. All of them. Okay? Let's say it's for martial law and civil unrest. Okay, it's not only to prison people, but it's to quarantine them. Literally says to quarantine them. Sounds like they're planning for an upcoming biological weapon. And to eradicate them. It literally says quarantine and eradicate them. Rex 84 also commandeers your resources. Food, water, all fossil fuels, electricity, things like that. And they're saying that when this happens, they're going to round up everybody in the first wave that has flu-like symptoms. Yeah. Kind of sounds like they're going to put out a biological weapon to me. You can see these camps all over, and people are like, well, what's the big deal? We see barbed wire fences and stuff all over. You're right. But these camps have the wire facing in, just like in prisons. Wire facing in means you're holding people in, not trying to keep people out. They already have unmarked buses staged. There's armed guards on these empty prisons already. A lot of them are military personnel or what appear to be military personnel. Okay, they're usually near military bases or water treatment facilities. Okay. They have traffic in and out, and they're still building them. They're building more, and they're still adding to the pre-existing ones. Rex 84 is scary. It's really scary. Okay, then you get into Agenda 21, proposed by the UN. Before I get to that, Agenda 21 was in 1992. Okay? The UN proposed a one-government world and depopulation for the first time in 1961. This is a long-standing agenda. But in the 60s, people were awake and were well informed by the people who govern them, unlike today. There's other things in Agenda 21 that are really crazy. The UN is forcing all countries to take part. Literally finding ways to force them to sign. Over 150 countries are already in on this. It's kind of scary. Okay, in there, It actually talks about neo-feudalism. Go look up the definition of neo-feudalism. It'll scare the shit out of you. Okay? They're making it law. And in this, thanks to Bill Clinton, the UN now owns the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone National Park, and things like that. Okay? They actually own those things. There's plaques up in the main buildings. They are owned by the UN, and there's construction going on in them. Not where we can go. And in the UN's plan for Agenda 21 in the US, like half the country will be not for human use. Not for human use. Another 40% will be for limited human use. It means you can only do what they tell you can. The other 10% is where they want to put us all and make us live. There's maps on this. Look it up. Look it up. It's all right here. Right? These are my notes that I've taken watching this. In Agenda 21, they slowly wipe out your freedoms. Look at all the gun control. Look at them going after the First Amendment. Look at these things. It's all taking part slowly but surely. Okay? They're educating kids on real government. Alex Jones broke it in 96. No, maybe not 96. His film came out in like 98, I think. Where he went to where the UN takes kids from around the world, the youngest, brightest, smartest kids, and brings them there. Okay? Puts them in these programs where they take part in the UN, get them to think the UN's a good thing and that we need one government. They've been doing this for 20 years. Okay? And in Agenda 21, they say that nature is above mankind. Now, I get preserving nature, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. We need to preserve nature because we need nature. But to put it above mankind and to talk about neo-feudalism is just insane. Okay, they want to limit individualism. They want to end private ownership, which means you would no longer own your house. You would no longer own your car. You would no longer own a business. There's no private ownership. Everything's run by someone above. Think about that, guys. They want to put us in these zones to live where they say we can live. Okay, all this creates fascism. Look it up. It all creates fascism, okay? I'm going to have another video up soon. I hope you guys like what I have, and I hope you guys actually go look. Okay? Please, wake up and see what's going on. America needs an awakening. Stay safe, guys. Hopefully I'll be back to you soon.